Good girl. Enjoy your treat. I'll see you in a bit. I think I got everything. We are back. I haven't seen you guys in a while, but today is November 29th. It is Saturday. A lot has been going on. Chris and I decided on the final day of the regular Ontario firearm season to move spots. It got really busy where we'd been hunting in the past. Tons of people moving around, noticed new cars in our spots. So we decided to try something different. And after hours and weeks of researching, because I'm always thinking about whitetail deer in the fall, we found a new spot. It's about an hour and a half away. There has been great buck action. It's been good. There's been a lot of camera action. There's been a lot of daylight photos of big bucks. I found a huge shed that's now in the Beer League Outdoors On Point Studio podcast room, but we haven't got a buck. We've only sat 3 times. Well, I've sat 3 times. Then my GMC truck, the tires are gone on it. So it is at R&J Tire getting tires. They should be here Monday. The boys will have me back ready. Ian Robson, thank you so much for lending me your pickup truck so I can go and hunt the last couple days of the archery season. Friends, it has been just an absolute grind to the season, but it's been a ton of fun. Today, 50-50 shot if one of them show up. We've been hunting from the ground. I built kind of a ground blind out of some Christmas trees that I found on the ground. And if this happens, this is going to be up close and tight and personal. When I picked my spot here, I didn't realize that I had put my camera and bait and everything right on top of the buck's bed. So the first 3 trips here kind of wasted, since I didn't notice till the 3rd trip that when I walked in, I heard deer get up and then I heard deer get back down and then I saw them. So tonight, here's our plan. We're hitting the road and we got to sneak in there and we got to make magic happen. We've got a ton of snow here, but there is no snow where we are going. So here's the thing. I'm doing a little bit of the rambling. I'm excited. It is deer season. There is a legitimate shot. There is for sure 3 bucks here that I would shoot. I have promised myself if I see any of the 3 show up, I'm going to take. I'm not saving tags. I'm not looking for something bigger. Any one of the 3 would make me super happy. So here's what we're going to do. Ian, thank you so much again for lending me F-150. Friends, we're going hunting. Hopefully we're coming home with a buck. It'd be nice to have this wrapped up before Christmas or December.
Welcome to the Beer Leagues. November's coming to an end. The lads have put a ton of miles on the truck this fall, trying to find a mature buck to harvest. Pressure has Ian searching for not only big bucks, but new spots to try and make this happen. She's going full steam ahead from now to the end of the year. Friends, don't miss a single moment of the action. Hit that subscribe button, take a second to leave a comment, and hit that like button. If you're really enjoying this series, do us a favor and tell a friend. Good luck in the woods wherever you're watching from.
We are covering ground in the old King of the Crown Land F-150. I really like the sunroof. When I get a new truck someday, I'm getting a sunroof in it. So here's the key. The situation is this. The most important part of the whole night is getting in here. It is a little under 2-hour drive to get to where I've been deer hunting the last couple, I guess it's been a week and a bit. And getting there without being seen or heard is the most important part, and just getting sit down and set up. So when we get there, I don't know exactly how much footage I'm going to do, because moving cameras and setting cameras up, if I brought the big camera in the backpack, but if it feels like it's going to make too much noise to set it up and too much movement, I'm just going to film with the action camera here. We'll get the best shot we can get on film. But in the past, I've blown a couple big buck over the years because I was moving cameras or worried about cameras. So I really want to harvest one of these big lads. First is getting in there, getting set up. If I'm super quiet and I'm feeling good, I'm going to put the camera on the tripod, and if they happen to come out, I'm telling you, like if one of those bucks come up or show up, the whole thing is going to happen within 20 yards of where I'm sitting. So in there, sit down, quiet, don't move is the key. We're about halfway there. I'm excited to just get out hunting. That's the big thing. Loving outside, and I'm super excited to see what happens tonight. And if it doesn't happen, well, we've got a shot at tomorrow. There's supposed to be a big snowstorm, and if it isn't crazy, we'll probably make it down here before the On Point podcast. But let's just get down there, get our clothes on, and we got to stay quiet. Even where I've been parking the truck, they're probably less than 150 yards away from that. It's crazy. It's insane. Again, I guess that's about like hunting on the road. You don't know exactly where you are. You don't know exactly where you're setting up, and you don't know where the deer are. So This has been an awesome experience, just hunting something new. Friends, we have made it here a little bit before 3 p.m. Shooting hours, I think, are 5:05 today, and the shooting hours, so a couple hours, we got to get dressed. We're in a bit of a rush. I don't even want to get out of this truck and say a single word. We're just going to get our gear on, and we're going to be absolutely as quiet as we can be. I would bet a lot of money that one of those big bucks is in there bedded down, and if you scare one, you're going to scare them all. So I'm going to get dressed, super quiet, not say a word outside of this truck, absolutely sneak in there. On the way here, I was also thinking, last week I built a blind out of a bunch of shrubs and brush, and we had 80-kilometer-hour winds down here in the last few days, so there's a chance that the ground blind has been blown away or moved. So if that's the case, I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm going to go get dressed. I wish I could show you guys more, but trying to keep this place kind of quiet. It seems to be quiet. There seems to be deer here. It's a nice place to film. It's a little far from home, but everybody makes sacrifices. Let's get the game gear on and sneak in there, and whatever happens, happens. I guess that's the way of life. I really feel like these days, especially throughout this deer season, and we're just riding the universe. The universe is going to decide what happens here. We're just doing our best. So let's get the game gear on and let's go. We're getting ready to go in. Just gotta get my bow, but early season and late season, you can't beat nose jammer. I've had some great experiences with it over the years. Deer that should have smelled me didn't smell me, so early season, late season, when you get to that pre-rut, it's all about the peak. After that, I'm telling you, it's a nose jammer. Change your world. I'm gonna get my coat on, my bow, fingers crossed tonight's the night. Let's go, kids.
It's game time. The weather has not been easy on the deer over the previous couple of days, with high winds lasting for days and gusts reaching 80 kilometers per hour. The deer should move with the weather settling. Ian has just got to get into his makeshift blind without being noticed, and he might have a chance here. Ian has done a lot of ground hunting over the years during muzzleloader season, but he's never tried this with his compound. Ian was a little worried about how much he could move if the buck did show, as he hadn't had a chance to have a deer walk past as of yet to test what he could and couldn't do. 5:03 p.m. is the end of hunting hours tonight. Ian sits tight, and then he hears something to his left walking across the rocks. One of the shooter bucks comes in upwind of Ian just as the camera turns on. The buck is 28 yards away, but is standing directly behind the last and lone bush before entering the meadow. The buck never looks at Ian, but for some reason turns around, and on a bounce, he goes back the same route he came from. Ian panics that he busted the buck and lets out a few grunts to try and convince the mature buck it was a deer, not a human. The buck's gone, and Ian realized the opportunity he's missed.
Oh my God, my heart is pounding. Oh my God. Oh my God, it was right there. Oh my God. I can't believe that just happened. Oh my God. We gotta get out of here. Friends, I just walked in the door and I was watching the footage firsthand of me. Oh, there I go. I'm gonna draw my bow. But after watching the footage of me being there, I know I didn't get the buck on camera, but I did. There is a picture on the Spy Point app. I'm just waiting for the HD version to show up. I don't think that I spooked him. I think that he's just an old mature buck, and when he got up there, he might have just felt something off, and he went the other way. I grunted at him. I feel like the grunting in that circumstance, you know, in the past I've watched them calm down and they didn't go that far. He might have watched me go out, but he hasn't been on camera tonight. So tomorrow they're calling for a storm where the WMU that deer is in. Also, you can't hunt there next week without a controlled hunt tag. So I can't hunt there next week with the muzzleloader. I'm going to go back to where I normally hunt. I got some deer on camera there. Not as exciting as what's happening down there, but it's not the end of the world. We're gonna go tomorrow. We're getting snow tonight. We're getting snow tomorrow. All we can do is keep fighting the good fight. Casey does not look bothered at all by what is happening in the deer woods, just living her best life. So I'm gonna have a good night. I'm gonna watch the Leafs. I'm gonna hang out at the house and regroup for tomorrow, but I actually kind of feel okay about this. Not amazing, but he's probably less than 20 28 yards. And I got that close to him on the ground. So, all part of the game. It's not like everybody in the world hasn't busted a big buck. So, friends, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to get him somehow, some way before we do tomorrow night's On Point podcast. Casey, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Thanks for holding in there during the deer season. Greatest dog ever. See you in the morning, kids. Good girl, Casey. Be good. Watch the meat eater. Enjoy. Friends. Last night I had the wildest experience with that buck, and today's plan was to go down for the last day of the bow season before the muzzleloader hunt opened. Down in the WMU, a couple hours away, there is, I can't use my tag. I have a general buck tag, and you have to use a controlled tag in that area. So 7 days, we're having a 7-day break. Plan was to go today and try again, but as you can see, there's like 80-kilometer-hour wind gust. It is raining. There's cars in the ditches north of here, so I'm kind of beat when it comes to hunting today. So we're getting ready for the On Point podcast. It goes live at 8 o'clock tonight. I don't know how this video is going to end up, but I want to stay with you guys, and I guys want you to be able to follow all along this fall. So I do have a spot next week to muzzleload hunt. There's some does there. At some point a buck will show up. I had bucks earlier in the year in that area, but right now I'm gonna let you go. It has been an incredible fall so far. I feel like last night the buck didn't nothing to do with me. I feel like that buck probably comes in there all the time. He stops at the last tree before the opening, and he's that old because sometimes he just gets bad vibes and he doesn't walk out in the open. That's why that buck is still alive, and many others are on people's walls and in people's freezers. Good on you, buck. That was a smart move last night. I don't know how he figured it out, but you don't get to be big and old for no reason. Friends, stay with us. There's going to be a ton more before December 31st and the deer hunting ends. Somehow, some way, we are going to get a big mature buck. Stay with me. Drop a like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, my friends. Join the beer league. It's a ton of fun. It is frustrating at times, but you know what? It's just part of it. The universe pulls off strange things, and you just got to roll with it sometime. We'll be out muzzleloading hunt next week. Friends, see you soon. Hopefully with a buck with a lot less wind than that.